Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Sunless Sea. We're back at Wreck, on our way south to do some important things. This is less important, but maybe interesting. We're not gonna go wrecking. I guess we're gonna do this again. I had been wondering if maybe now that we've prevented one attack and weakened the place. No more than 16. It's at 11. Okay. I guess it is lowered. I don't know how much we lowered it by that one prevented raid, I guess. Either way, I had been wondering if they somehow know that we've been working against them. Provide for a disgraced tether priest so he may provide for you. There's a gluttonous priest, the Wrecker's Void, who lost his ability to experience tether after carelessly letting it touch his hand. Now he goes to debasing lengths to experience another vision. Well, first of all, port report, I guess, but we don't really have the extra firkin of honey. On the way here, I just happened to encounter one of those large crabs, which I don't know if I've ever killed one before. They used to seem insurmountable early in the game, and I guess I just started avoiding them. But now they're very easy to kill, even with their 150 health. And I just butchered it for some supplies, basically. And then there was also a ship sailing around that looked very familiar, and lo and behold, it was the pirate boat again, who I defeated handily. I think I took one hit in return, yeah, for 4 damage. And they, upon defeat and rescuing her, of course, I was tempted to try the option for the first time to send an officer to rescue her instead. I wonder what that would do. I am curious, but, you can't easily... Well, I guess you could technically kill her, or, defeat her ship, and then check the option, and if it's not desirable, you can reload. But usually I don't expect to find her, and thus I'm not really in the mood for potentially reloading. So I went ahead and rescued her again. It only gave me 100 echoes this time, which I think is less than last time, but I might be wrong. I thought we got up to 300. Maybe it's just random, like so many things are. And we also got an extra cask of wine. So there's that, I suppose. Unfortunately not honey. But since we are here, since I just saved, blue skies. It's not difficult to find a private cabin. The Wreckers avoid him already. When you present him the honey, he snatches it from your hands and slurps it down. He crumbles onto the floor, eyes glazing, his voracious bites turning into stupid nibbles. A jarful of tether rolls out of his robe pocket right before he vanishes bodily. Whoa, what? He vanishes completely? Bring the jarful of tether to the severe chemist, who waits on the Utter's room. We don't know about that. The severe chemist wishes to study tether. I have not met that person. But okay. Huh. Well... Actually, you know what? In that case, I'm just gonna... Now that I know this, I'm just gonna bring an extra frickin' of honey, because I can literally just load number 91, which I did at the... After the end of last episode. I actually forgot to... that was fun. Did you see this? Okay. As the game was... I don't know. Taking stock of my hold items. Anyway. So yeah, I had forgotten to heal, and I did that. And... Oh, we actually don't have room now, because I didn't account for this, of course. Huh. Well... I mean, I think I have extra candles. 5 should be plenty, right? I mean, in fact, what's the minimum that the game tells you need to have is 2, right? So 5 is actually going way overboard. I think it was only 2 required to enter. Was it? Hold on, before I make a stupid mistake here. Yes, okay, so 2 are the minimum. So I think 4 should be just fine if I plan to heavily abuse saves and reloads. So yeah, let's just sell one of those again and pick up another firkin of honey instead. There we go. Okay. Well, I suppose that means that I haven't actually defeated the poet again. Which is fine. I might encounter her again. But I'm actually just going to make my way back over to Rec. Off camera. And if I do run into some enemies along the way, I might or might not record it because, you know, nothing we encounter around here is going to be particularly interesting. Okay, we're back at Rec again. And, yeah, this time we have an extra firkin of honey to use here. Because we might as well, I suppose. Aiding research. Yeah, okay. I mean, this is kind of weird how it allows me to do this and just tells me that there is this NPC that I've never met, but okay. Now we've done that. Does the... why are we only at 73? How are we down 6 cargo? I mean, the honey... oh yeah, 4 units of fuel and 2. Wow, that's... yep. You burn through fuel so fast on this thing. It's crazy. But hopefully that's not gonna be the case forever. Anyway, I guess this tether stuff doesn't show up as a physical item somewhere, anywhere. Or I'm just not seeing it. Either way, we have that now. Okay. Taste the tether. Taste the rainbow. Compile a port report. Consider the state of the city. Stores are running low. There is enough food to subsist for a time, but the poets may soon be out of paper, and the miners won't be able to make their explosives if their powder isn't refreshed. But the Fair King ensures there is order. He goes without, just as his subjects do, and he sees that those who forsake their work for despair are flogged, as they should be. Ah, yes. Okay, you can actually acquire honey right here. Could have done that. Oh well, it's fine. Sell Foxfire Candle. I could have even sold my Foxfire Candle for Devilbone Dice. That's interesting. Okay, interesting. Buy linen with components. Honestly, that's not a bad trade-off whatsoever. I mean, assuming you get them for free, as I did. Otherwise, a 5... no, what? How much is it? One torpedo component is 5 echoes times 12 is 60. Okay, actually, that's still a pretty good price, as it turns out. Okay, either way, we're not really interested in any of that. We don't want to go wrecking. There doesn't look like there's a chance for this to somehow go badly. Okay, you're going to Polythreme. Yes, I am going to Polythreme. That is definitely one of the places I'm planning to visit, so that's convenient. You really think she can convince the what's that? The buggers to sail our way? Buggers? Is that a word worthy of censorship? Bleeders? I don't know, man. Of course, they're fools up in Polythreme, and she's one of our best talkers. She'll find a nice captain with lots of cargo. Okay. Welp, Polythreme it is. Visit the Royal Hull. Taste the tether. I don't know if I want to do this. Or if I can even do this. I think I might not be able to do it. Yet. And I'm not planning to become a wrecker, so... Anyway, let's save. Because... yes. Because Polythreme is perfectly fine. Continue. Don the bone. Okay, so we don't have scrap because we have not been assisting them. Yeah, okay, that's fine. And this was... ships sent to wreck. Ships sent to wreck. None. Approach the mirror. Ooh. At the rear of this chamber, the Fair King keeps a mirror made of ice. It holds a reflection, neither yours nor his, but that of a narrow, bespectacled gentleman. The king allows no one to approach it, but perhaps he will make an exception for you. I've definitely seen this before, but I wonder... have I tried this? Very well. Today I shall allow it for a short while. Yeah, no, that's... I don't think I've seen this picture before. Maybe we didn't have a port story ready last time or something? Huh. You can see your reflection distorted in the eyes, but there is another, clearer reflection as well. A long-faced man with receding black hair and round-rimmed glasses. He blinks solemnly at you. Try to see yourself? Try to see the man. The man in the mirror. Are you in the glass? Why would I? I don't know. I mean, it seems more intriguing that there is a, another person reflected in the mirror that's not physically present. Free for all. You step toward the mirror. It flashes in the light. He stands at the Cumean Canal. His hair is blacker than the dark drop coffee in his mug. Men and women from the surface crowd around him. They look sickly in comparison. One passes him a letter. Envelope white as snow, seal as black as bark. The man reads it and passes the young woman a flask. Before her crewmates can set on her, she has drained it. Her skin glows with new vigor, and before they can set on him, he laughs and, in the spirit of liberty, equality, and eternity, gives them each a flask of their own. The fair king's voice interrupts the vision. I'm never sure what it is we are seeing. The gentleman's hopes? His fears? He certainly seems to have an ambitious imagination. Okay. I mean, I'll take it, I guess. No more than 5. Did this quality increase at all? Okay, I mean, I guess we're going to be back in rack a few more times, whenever I remember, and whenever I manage to warn another port, until this place eventually just dies, I suppose. And I guess we might see more of those visions and get to explore a few more of those options. For now, let's save yet again. And let's see. Right, I did say, yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to stop by Fieldhaven just to see what there was to see. There's probably not much to do there, but might as well. And then, of course, Station 3, which is the next big thing to do. Anyway, the next important place to be. Then Rosegate, Isle of Cats, Port Carnelian, Grand Geo, Republic, and back to London. Right. I could get tempted to... Oh man, I could absolutely get tempted to now visit the Atlas-Room and actually sail... go on a bit of a detour from Station 3 through here, Atlas-Room, and basically fill in this part of the map. Honestly, I could do that. That is kind of convenient, isn't it? Yeah. We have the supplies for the trip, so we might as well do it. And then we're gonna fill in basically the final less than a quarter of the map on that next huge trip that I'm planning. But yeah, I think it's about time to fill in this part of the map. And we now surprisingly have found ourselves with business at the Atlas-Room as well, so, might as well. I don't know if I'm going to go all the way down to Adams Way, because I'm planning to go along the coast at some point. Or was I... No, actually, I forget what I was planning. No, on that next big trip, I was going to just tour around these islands, basically, and then return back to London. Yeah, and then go down it along the coast, right? Well, we'll see. I think I'm not going to go all the way down to the coast this time, necessarily. But we'll see how things go. Anyway, I'm going to make my way to... Actually, there's no reason to make a cut here. Absolutely no reason. Gonna go dark on the surface, no problem. Because otherwise our fuel consumption is just completely insane. It's honestly kind of insane as it is. Hey there, Pirate Steam Pinners. Fancy meeting you here. Nice. Loot and scuttle, lean pickings. Frickin' enough honey. Welp. It's fine. I guess we can always trade that in for an extra bit of romantic literature, if nothing else, and then sell that. Or just sell it in London, honestly. Oh. Okay, almost crashed right into the port wall there because I kind of forgot that you had to hit a button to dock. As you do. Shepherd Isles... What? There's no actual shepherds on the Shepherd Isles. I can do nothing here but compile a port report? Wasn't there usually at least something to do? Maybe not. Maybe I was confusing this place for something else. Huh. I guess I could resupply here. Man, this stuff is expensive though. But we have all the money in the world, so might as well. It seems like this trip is going to be a little bit longer than expected, than originally anticipated. I guess the extra honey I can use at the other room, if nothing else, to pick up more Blemigans. Still not sure what I'm doing that for, but you know, might as well. Manual save, sure. So in that way, honestly, the extra honey is maybe kind of convenient to have. Okay, first though, Station 3. Yeah, it's not particularly convenient to go to that, uncover that bit of the map right now, so I'm gonna save that for later. Station 3, right. Rosegate is further south. Oh, cute little angler crab. Do those even give you supplies? I think they just satisfy your hunger, right? Well, yeah. If it had been in my path, I would have one-shot it, but it was smart enough to take a white berth. Good for it. Okay, here we are. Save. Before anything has a chance to go wrong. Now, did I forget anything, or are we actually ready? Deliver a long box to the Acolyte. More Secrets of the Heart. Okay. No more than 8. So you can deliver a total of 9 of them. It can be up to 8. I have 3. Have I delivered 3 long boxes? Really? Has it been that many? So I have no idea how I acquired all of those. I guess just more or less randomly. I don't know if I ever actually bought one specifically at Irem for secrets. Anyway, exchange a long box for a hard metal ingot. Yes. Wait. Yes. Yes? No. Hold on. Perhaps not. I thought there should be another option. Continue? Wait, am I crazy? What is going on here? I thought for sure that that there should be another option here. The inner port is open to you, although it is clear that your welcome is conditional. Yes. Other acolytes move between the buildings, singing softly, but none of them seems inclined to speak with you at this moment. Back to the dock. I mean, we have the thing. Well, this is awkward. We have the seal, we have the secret. We are on the step of the quest, aren't we? Speak to you? Well, you're not helpful. Take the seal to the hard metal smith at Station 3. Okay, what am I missing? That just gives you echoes. It's difficult to read her expression behind those goggles. Perhaps she's pleased to see you, or perhaps she's only eager to continue her work. Okay, I'm really confused here. Okay, it might be that the very option to even see the smith about something other than exchanging long boxes requires you to actually have a port story ready. I really hope that's it. In which case we should just need to sit here for a minute. Somewhat awkwardly, but... Okay, well, I was really getting worried there that I had somehow missed something fundamental, but I don't think I have. Oh, I wonder if I actually need to launch, though. Well, this is worth testing, I suppose. So I'll just be sitting here for, I don't know, half a minute longer or so. Fed the crew, wonderful. I mean, time is passing, so whether I launch or not shouldn't make a difference. It might, though. It might consider me still docked. I mean, I guess it is considering me docked right now, or else I wouldn't be able to launch. However, time is also passing, so it's a kind of weird in-between state. Okay, I feel like a minute should have passed now, so let me actually... Just waiting a few extra seconds here. No, surely a minute has passed now. Okay, I'm gonna reload and also pause recording. Reload because I've wasted a bunch of food now. Let me just get that something awaits you, and hopefully that was the issue. Okay, so we literally just got the something awaits you. Okay, there are so many more options here. In fact, yeah, okay, so visit to the Smith Emporium is just its own clickable thing. Wow, I wonder if I've just never seen this before, because last time, and well, pretty much the first and only time I've been to Station 3 so far. No, I guess I must have been back at least once, but... Well, either way, I've barely been here. And maybe I've never been here with a port story waiting. So I've only ever known about the deliveries. These default deliveries. Questions for the Acolyte, errands for the Acolyte. No, these I think I've seen before. In fact, I want to say that I've seen this before as well, but... Well, either way. Whew, okay. We should be good. Let's do this first. Yeah, ask a Smith to construct an assembly housing for the Cannoneer's weapon. I don't know, maybe... I think I might have just been thinking that this sounded like just one step, like the first of many steps towards actually assembling the weapon itself. But I think this is actually it. This will give you the weapon right away, not just a part for it. Which is kind of what it sounds like, right? But I suppose we have the actual core component already. That's the Awakened Seal. And we just need a housing for it to turn it into a weapon. Why is the Smith so willing to help? Just how many outstanding favors are owed? The Cannoneer shrugs the question off, smiling. I made a lot of bombs back in the day. A lot of bombs. For a lot of people. Who don't like me to talk about it. I think that's why the university threw me out. I never dared go back and ask, though. Right. Anyway, we have... I completely forgot that we also needed Elemental Relic, but I guess I just considered those a complete non-issue, which... They are, thankfully. There's the Searing Enigma, the 3 Devil Bone Dice, the Awakened Seal of Red Science, which, you know, not a huge deal to lose that one, of course. And, yeah, we need to be on the correct step of the quest. Go. A Shining Horror. For 7 days, the Smith works. Only the Cannoneer is permitted within. Your sailors place bets on whether they'll blow themselves up and whether the explosion will eradicate Station 3 as well. There are no explosions. At last, the Cannoneer opens the smithy door, grinning, a tired but dazzling grin. He gestures to the seal. The armature that now constrains it is meshed with silvery heart metal. The glyphs flicker frantically, like trapped insects. The weapon emits a constant, low, barely audible growl. The air in the room is stiflingly hot. Behold, the Cannoneer says, the Memento Mori. The grin dissipates. What a fitting name for a weapon, too. The grin dissipates. It's finished. I'm not sure what to do now. Mount the Memento Mori on your ship, if I could. I would if I could. Although I think it's a torpedo cannon. Which still would be, you know, would be fine. I could stock up on basically infinitely many torpedo components if I wanted to. But alas. Alas, our heart is not a battleship. Anyway, or sell it to one of the warlike Z nations. Yes. Some will give you better prices than others. You may tilt the balance of power on the Z. I mean, that's not what I'm going to do this for, of course, but it's... And I don't think I am actually going to cause the power to tilt. Anyway, we have the Memento Mori. Omnia mors perimit et nulli miseretur. Perimit. I don't know that word, unfortunately. Nulli miseretur. It's, something, the death something's everyone and shows mercy to no one or something? So I guess the death claims everyone, and shows mercy to no one. Something along those lines. Perimit. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's that. Continue. Take a look. It's right there. And it's a forward weapon, which cannot use. Oh well. Iron +6, mirrors +3 is nice to have passive stat increases from anything you equip, of course. Hull damage 24. Wait, does it actually require... It doesn't say that it requires torpedoes, so maybe not. Which would make it incredibly good, of course, or does make it incredibly good. 24 hull damage, 32 life damage, which is better than this, of course. Same warm-up time, but it does stagger, which is the big thing, really. Also 4 crew damage, pretty cruel, but yeah, that's a very good weapon. We're going to equip this thing now. 4 meters +5. Veils -3, whatever. Not a huge deal at all. I actually do like having more mirrors. In fact, I forget the exact bonuses the Awakened Seal gave us before, but anyway, yeah, that's nice. It would be really nice if I could use it, but as it is, we can exchange it for something really nice in the end, so that's all good. Okay, cool. That's what I came here for. Really glad I was able to do that. Also, it doesn't... Visiting the Emporium doesn't even use up your Something Awaits You. Despite this being a huge thing, right? Taking 7 in-game days, apparently. Or in-universe days, or however you want to look at it. That's so crazy that these options aren't even showing when... Okay, it's fine. It just gave me a bit of a scare. Questions for the Acolyte, errands for the Acolyte. What can we do for you? Guarding the yard. She asked you to keep a night watch on the dump where she throws away the unused hard stuff. Okay, 100% chance of success. A present. If I had more fragments? In search of new music to sing at her work. You could scramble together some pages. A novel present. She's in search of new music to sing at her work. You could write some. Okay. Hold on. Before I do that, just to double check what we can do here. Ask Smith how he got here. Might be an interesting tale. Oh. And not a fan of how sometimes there is no warning about something using up a port story. Or counting as a port story. Or using up as Something Awaits You. Swam, he says. He stares you in the eye. It's so impossible, it's laughable, but he doesn't seem to be joking. He picks up his hammer. The interview is over for now. Cool. I guess we are more acquainted with him now. Do we want to be more acquainted? I mean, I don't know. I guess potentially he might be able to make a weapon for us that we can actually use. Like, I have not looked into what non-standard options there are for deck-mounted weapons, but I can only assume that there is something better than this 900 Echo thing that we bought in London. And, you know, if there's anyone that we know who might be able to give us one, that would be that guy, right? I mean, I could just straight up look up what benefit there is to gaining his favor and to maybe acquiring more hard silver. Hard metal, whatever. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to just do that. Okay, so I could not really find anything meaningful or particularly interesting happening with the hard metal smith at all. Apparently you can increase this getting to know him quality a little bit more, and he's going to eventually tell you about a hard metal suit that he wants to make, but I could not find anything about that. If actually making that is an option, and if so, what that would do. From the wiki, it just looks like that quest line ends there, or it's not really much of a quest in the first place, so that's weird. Similarly with the Acolyte, unless I'm missing something, I think you can just get to know her better, and eventually, I don't know, something more interesting is going to happen with her, and you end up gaining some stat increases. or something. I think hearts increases in the end. But that seems to also be about it. So honestly, kind of disappointing considering that you do need to deliver quite a few more long boxes for that to happen. Also, actually much more disappointingly, I finally looked at the list of deck weapons and was shocked to find that there is no better one. Actually, the list in the wiki mentions another quite good deck-mounted weapon, but the entry on it says that this is a deck weapon. It is not obtainable in the game. Why even list it then? I mean, okay, sure, I guess it exists in the game files or something, but it's so nice. I would be absolutely willing to go on some lengthy quest to acquire that, but nope, unfortunately, the one that we have, the 900 Echo one from London, is the best that you can have. And yeah, and that's that. Okay, now the question is, do I want to use my something awaits you to talk to the smith and ultimately gain absolutely nothing out of it? I don't think so. Maybe if at some point in the future I find myself having more long boxes than I know what to do with, and, you know, I might do that. Oh, wait. Ask him about the hard metal suit. It literally was here all along, but we need to... The game already tells me that I need to know him more. Okay, so I guess I had heard about this before. So it wasn't even a spoiler. Good. Pretend you heard a rumor about it if you don't want to admit to snooping. Right, anyway. That's not gonna be happening now anyway. So... what about questions for the Acolyte? Ask where the corpses come from. Ask how the metal balls are formed. Ask what becomes of the contents of the balls. Ask why she sings. Ask why she came to be here. How she came to be here. Should we... Can we ask all of these things, or are they also, once again, going to take away our story? Actually, it seems to be gone already. Ask where the corpses come from. Okay, that does... use a port story, apparently. Oh, but it does increase the quality. Ah, I see. It does increase the quality without actually having to deliver a box. Now that is interesting. And it gives me some fragments. A matter of indifference. Here and there, she says. It's not that she's trying to be coy. You don't think she much cares about the answer. Most are from the surface, one way or the other. You think that that is all she's going to say on the matter. But after a long time, she adds... It's an old trade. They've been coming this way for generations, to judge by the piles of by the piles out back. The masters made the arrangement. Okay. Now, see, I think if I'm going to pursue one of their storylines, hers seems to be the more rewarding and also more interesting. So I'm going to just go with that one first. However, well, of course, we want to have at least one hard metal ingot. In fact. Oh, that does not even take up cargo space. That's convenient. Assay cannot be sold in London. Huh. Which means that I'm not sure... Well, I should have looked that up while I was in the wiki just a moment ago. But... I mean, I know I need one for the Principles of Coral. That's why I got this one. But I don't know what else could potentially be done with them, so... Let me just check. Okay, looks like there is no other use for them, except selling them at Rosegate, apparently. So I suppose before the DLC and before that was introduced, there was absolutely no further use for them. So yeah, I could sell them for 120 echoes, apparently. Or I could deliver them to the Acolyte and get paid and gain more favor with her to advance her questline more. So yeah, let's just do that. Instant payment. And also, yeah. Also, we gained two favor. Wait. Oh, interesting. So the trading in long boxes quality does not actually increase from trading in long boxes, nonsensically enough, but from having those story interactions with the Acolyte. Okay, fair enough, I guess. Huh. Alright, anyway, that's that, I suppose. No shops here, obviously. And we got what we came for, right? Yes, we have the Memento Mori, and that is the most important thing, of course. Okay, and we have that, and not quite as importantly, the hard metal ingot. And made some progress here, story-wise, which might or might not matter ever. But that's neat too, I suppose. Oh, I have less iron now. So I guess the that Awakened Seal must have given us an iron bonus. Well, that's a bit of a bummer, but I don't think it makes a difference. Nope, still the same damage bonus. So, it's good. Okay, save. And move on. Actually, to Rosegate, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, unless I'm... do I go to Rosegate first? It's gonna free up a minor amount of room. I think it would make more sense to go around like this, maybe, you know, just along this borderline to uncover all 6 of these squares, I guess. Then down to the other shroom. And then, in a similar fashion, a bit more wavily, over to Isle of Cats. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that, but I'm going to pause recording just so I can make a bit more progress, maybe. And, you know, depending on if I find anything interesting in this part of the sea, I'll of course include it. Otherwise, I'll see you at the other shroom. Alright, no special occurrences other than a little run-in with my old friend, the War Trimaran, who of course I couldn't just leave be. They gave us absolutely nothing in return, unfortunately, and hit us twice, but oh well, no crew damage. Honestly, I would have been fine with losing 1 crew or 2, but didn't happen. Anyway, we're at the other room. Consume the jarful of tether. But why? Well, okay. That is an even stranger option to exist. I guess just if I decide, in case I decide to just not pursue this quest further, that I didn't even know was a thing. This is so strange. I mean, yes, there are... Occasionally there are these interactions where, you know, you'll see that there is something that you could potentially do if you had item XYZ. And that kind of spoils that, you know, that interaction exists, even though technically I shouldn't have any kind of idea. My captain shouldn't have any kind of idea that that's a thing. But here, I was able to pick up this thing, and then it just tells you, yeah, bring this to that NPC. And now suddenly there are these options, and I don't know. Is it just me, or does this make less sense than usual, even? But oh well. Manual save. I mean, I guess it's just a slightly weirdly implemented quest that was added in after the fact, because obviously Uttershroom would have existed in the original game on the surface level, whereas Rack, as part of the Untersee, was added later as part of the DLC, so I don't know. Something like that, where things are handled a bit inconsistently, perhaps. Anyway, we're going to save here and gather intelligence. And last time that just happened to give us some Blemigans. And it does this time as well. Fewer, though, but I guess that's fine. Actually, I have the room right now, so I wouldn't mind having some more to experiment with. I can always throw away any extras, even if that's a bit cruel, but I mean, most of them end up dying anyway if I you know, put them ashore in places where they end up not being welcome or able to survive, I suppose. But of course I don't know how likely it is to get more than 2. Oh, well, it's definitely possible to not get any, as I just happened to the very first time I collected a port report. A slower survey. Is the text actually different? I think it was shorter. Huh, okay. Maybe this is by far the most likely outcome in the first place. And I got lucky even getting the 2 Blemigans. Okay. Suppose in that case I'll just settle for any number of them. Which, of course, now it just isn't happening. So typical. Come on. Wow, yeah, okay. That's just how it is, isn't it? I swear, sometimes I'm almost convinced this game has some sort of sentience, and of course a malicious kind. Okay, a slow survey. That gives me 3 docile Blemingans. I guess it's just that this extra paragraph gets added. Yeah. Okay, I mean 3 is perfectly fine. I'm happy with that. Save that before something terrible happens again. Okay, consume the jarful of tether. I mean, just for fun, why not? I don't... Yeah, obviously I wouldn't have been allowed to use the tether back in rack. They wouldn't allow me to use their supply. So let's see what that's even all about. What's so special about it? Tether melts in your mouth. The sand is warm between your toes. What sand? The waves haven't yet reached you, but they will soon. You shield your eyes from the sun as best you can as you look out over the ocean. There, those are her colors racing along the horizon. And up across the sky. You race along the shore waving. Her whistle blows back at you. You'd swear you saw her stick her head out of the window and wave before turning to the sunset. The waves lap your feet. You breathe deep the smell of salt and wonder what new sun your lover will visit and where she'll tattoo the memory. A joy forever. Okay. 1 tether tasting. I mean, that's certainly a pleasant little hallucination. And it gives you a searing enigma, which is actually quite valuable. Although, this was a one-time thing, right? Acquiring this free tether, basically. So, let's see if giving that to the chemist, who apparently exists, isn't a more profitable option, ultimately. Brought all the way from Rack, the chemist promised you a handsome reward. Apparently. Oh, okay, that just ultimately gives me more money. And a satisfied client. Huh. He smiles at you over his teacup. He does not drink. I commend you. Several other interesting adventurers wilted and died before you in this endeavor. He hands you a check, drains his cup in a gulp, and is soon on his own ship. Huh. That's weird. That would make so much more sense if we had actually seen the chemist here and actually gotten that request, but I mean, there certainly wasn't such an option. There was no mention of a chemist looking for tether, unless I'm just completely forgetting about that. But I was here not that long ago, and I certainly don't remember that being the case. But, oh well. Visit the village for 1 memory of distant shores. Because why not? We do have this extra firkin of honey, so might as well. For 1 extra Blemingen and 1 supply. Which is ultimately... which is something we actually need, so that's useful. We could exchange more, but that is not in our budget. And yeah, okay. And I guess I'm okay with just basically selling the tether for $12.50. It literally told me, right? One of those rare cases where the item just tells you where you should bring it. Unless the game was being really tricky here. And there is actually something else to do with that tether. I mean, I guess the alternative was to acquire a burning enigma, or a searing enigma, which we could have technically used for something else. But I don't happen to have another use for one. And just selling it is less profitable than getting the money straight up, as we did. So yeah, I guess I'm okay with that. And if that was a one-time opportunity and I could have used it for something else, you know, definitely not the first time I've squandered some chance to do something more interesting or useful, just for lack of better knowledge, despite all my snooping around in the wiki that I've been doing lately. But, you know, it's what it is. It's in the nature of the game, to an extent. Now, yeah, I filled in this part of the map, which happened to have absolutely nothing interesting. Kind of as expected. And now we have 4 whole rows, well, almost 4 full rows of squares to uncover here, which is gonna take quite a bit of sailing around, and there's a good chance for something interesting to be hidden here. So let me just go off camera again, and as soon as I encounter anything interesting, if I encounter anything interesting, I will report back, of course. Otherwise, I guess we're going to be ending at Rosegate, probably. Because I want to... Yeah, rather Rosegate rather than Isle of Cats, because I want to continue onwards, downwards to Port Carnelian in the end. But yeah, for now, some map uncovering. Well, whatever this is, at least it looks interesting, but it doesn't seem to be anything I can interact with. And my Z-Bat didn't report anything. Huh. I guess it is on the map as a... Oh, Fathom King's Hold? To the northwest. Really? So that's in a completely different place. That is also super convenient, actually. Huh. Yeah, and as I said, I've seen it inadvertently. I wasn't trying to look for its location, but again, the map is, you know, randomized for every playthrough, so some places tend to be in the same or relatively same places, but apparently, yeah, I saw it down here, I think, and now it's apparently right here? Has to be, right? I mean, we can literally put it on the map. Yeah, it's literally right here. Okay. Huh. 1 year at sea! There it is! There's the thing that I was talking about. Also, wow, I rammed into this coral thing, I guess. Good job, me. Huh. Okay. It was hiding here all along. What do you know? There's a thing that might be the pirate poet. Do I care enough? Let's see if she's... Oh, is it her? Yes, it is. Well, can't very well pass up this opportunity now, can I? This was so much easier and also more fun, I guess. With the Scintillak. Definitely need to get that back. But I will, soon enough. Oh, come on. There you go. Oh, did she hit? Yes, she did. She deals so little damage, though. I feel kind of bad for her. I guess it makes sense that she can only afford these really crappy ships to replace all the ones that I keep destroying. Anyway, investigate. Ah, dang, I wish I had saved more recently. I mean, honestly, I really didn't do much, but... Ah, screw it. Have an officer rescue her, just to see what this does. They can bring you her freedom prize. You have more important matters to attend to. Huh. That seems to be around the same thing. But I don't think these most recent... a couple of recent times that I defeated her and saved her myself, anything else happened? Like, we didn't advance another, like, our relationship with her, I suppose, any further. Business is concluded. The money is delivered to your cabin, the pirate boat is given a lifeboat and sent on our way. Or does this actually end our little rivalry? No way, right? Surely not. Oh, now I'm worried, though. Not that I necessarily want to keep doing this, but it is... I don't know, it's kind of amusing in a way. It's not very exciting, like, in terms of just the combat, and I don't think that anything more is going to happen between us. So I guess ultimately it wouldn't be a huge deal to miss out on this from now on, but I know some more things were changing when I saved her myself. So just for my peace of mind, I guess I'll remind myself what the other option gives you. Okay, I don't think there is a fundamental difference. You can apparently get between 1 and 500 echoes, even with this option. The only difference that I can see is that rescuing her yourself also gives you a cache of curiosities, which I guess we don't get this time, so... Yeah, that's a bit weird, but okay. Anyway... Fathom King's Hold, huh? I mean, we don't need to be here quite yet, but it's good to have this place... on the map, obviously, and might as well take a look, right? Lorcan's Port. A few more fragments, actually pretty close to Gaining another secret that way. Ooh, wait. What? Interesting. This changed the overlay. So I wonder if saving and loading here is going to break the game. Well, reloading here without leaving first, I guess would. Saving should be fine. Assuming I can just leave. Maybe I should make sure of that. Lorcan's Port, named for that most enterprising of drownies. Phosphor cells burn green. Somewhere below the king waits. What kinds of shops or shipyards? Nothing. Yet. Like an iceberg, like a bazaar master's scheme, like the Neath itself, most of the hold is invisible. You see only a tiny portion of sculpted coral. The rest waits below the surface. The Fathom King's bone rooms and aquaria. His pearl snares and his dining chambers. Okay. Descend to an audience with the Fathom King, which takes us story, which is fine. We have a port story, don't we? Surely we must, after all the sailing around that we just did. Permit shore leave. Trade for drowning pearls. Okay, uses something awaits you. And what? Scintillate for drowning pearls? I don't know about that. Trade for a white molliflower. Oh. Wait, white molliflower. Is that the thing that we could give to her? Yes. Okay, a tough challenge. How does it work? What does it do, more importantly? Huh. I guess it's not just going to give her a souvenir? Or maybe it does. I mean, I can acquire more Scintillate. In fact, I will acquire more Scintillate naturally, just by turning in those quest items to the Principles of Coral. So that's just something to keep in mind, that I can just exchange one of those for a molliflower. Oh, it literally says, available for 1 Scintillate at the Fathom King's Hold. Wow, how am I so blind to these kinds of things? Counteracts illusion at the hut. Okay. Oh, wait. So we want more than one of those. If we want to get behind the secrets of the hut, which we do, I guess? Strongly against you here. Yeah, also what do we do with these? Okay. Well, first of all, I mean, I have to save here, obviously. This is a new place. I am slightly worried, so I'm going to save on in a new slot. Just because this overlay is weird. But what happens when we leave? We just... Okay, it just switches back to the regular world map. What? Okay. This is so strange. What if I reload from within here? Interesting. We are still... Oh, no, it does break. Okay, I had been wondering if it was if it was technically working differently. Oh, that's so strange and so unfortunate. That's gonna make things so unnecessarily awkward. Yeah, because I'm just completely stuck now. Soft locked. This is so weird. I mean, yeah, the whole save and, you know, the whole ability to save the game was only added in, you know, after the fact with some patch, but they just never made it work with these couple of places where, for some reason or another, you switch to a different background, I guess. Not sure why that breaks things, but it does. Even in this case, where it's not even... where you're not even, like, on some sort of story sequence that you're not supposed to cheese, I guess. Here, it just doesn't make any sense to prevent you from saving. And, it should disallow you from saving in the first place, I guess. If that's the intention, rather than allow you to save and then break your game afterwards. I mean, it's fixable by restarting, but obviously... and which obviously wouldn't be a huge deal, but when I'm recording, it's just an extra annoyance. Oh well. Whale? I was going to look around this place a little bit, but I guess it's time to end the episode anyway, before it turns into another, over an hour-long monstrosity, like these last couple have done. So it's probably a good thing that that this happened, because, yeah, that gives me a good excuse to end things right here. Next time we're going to take a look at Fathom King's Hold, and yeah, see what this place is all about. And then I can't even open the map or anything. Thankfully, the main menu still works. That's convenient. Yeah. Anyway. I can reload. But no matter what I do, it's just gonna break. Or is it, actually? Hold on. If I do this and do this, I can depart. Yeah, okay. But it just stays in the broken state until I start the game again. Okay, anyway, yeah, we're gonna start by doing this, then I have a bit more map uncovering to do, and then we're gonna be doing, visiting those places that I have been talking about. Rosegate, Isle of Cats, Carnelian, Geode, and so on. I mean, that's basically it, but yeah. Anyway, as always, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please if you did, please hit the like button. I messed that up. Leave me a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.